steady state probability, this is the probability in the long run. That's why itinawag siyang steady state probability. Sa mahabang panahon, ano yung pwede niya maging probabilities after ilang months, after ilang years. Or this is the percentage of time we spend in each state. In our case, 20% for globe, 47% for smart, 4762, 32, 38% for the sun. So that this is our final answer, which is, kung titingnan natin sa ating manual computation, is almost the same din naman. Now, hello everyone! So welcome to our discussion. In this presentation, we will going to talk all about the application of the Markov theory, specifically the first model, which is the equilibrium conditions model, in our software, which is the POM-QM. Okay, so let's start first on having a short review on what is equilibrium conditions model, or the model 1 of the Markov theory. So basically, equilibrium conditions model, when we say equilibrium conditions model, of course, there is an equilibrium condition exists if state probabilities do not change after a large number of periods. Diba, in economics, when we say equilibrium, that is the level at which demand and supplies meet, something like that. So here in OR, in operations research, it is the probability, state probability, na hindi na nagbabago yung amount or yung value ng probabilities after large number of time or large number of periods, whatever your periods na ginagamit with your problem. So with regards to this first model of Markov theory, we have these different assumptions. For the first assumptions, there are only 3 major parties in the industry and no parties coming in or going out of the industry while having the model, no? So tatlo lang sila, walang lalabas, walang papasok, walang lalagdag, walang mababawas during our model creation. Now, for the second na assumption, while the clients move from one player to another, kasi nga ito is nagbabago nga, no, nagja-jump yung mga clients natin. So while clients are jumping from one player to another, no one comes in or goes out of the market. Meaning to say, nung nagsimula ka sa first month, no, hanggang sa last month, kung ilan man yung transitions na gagawin mo, yung bilang ng clients mo from the first up to the last one is just the same. No, tulad ng first assumption sa mga players natin, ganoon din sa clients. No one is coming in or going out. Okay? Now, for our example, here's the problem. Same with our problem on the manual computation, which is all about the Globe. So, Gina is the marketing director of Globe Telecom, and she wants to know the company's future market share compared to its competitors in the mobile phone industry. She was able to determine the present number of clients each major player has at the start of the year and the movement of clients on a monthly basis from one company to another. So the figures are summarized in the table below, or rather on the next slide. The question is, what is the company's market share in the long run? So ang question po, long run, hindi siya short run. That's why we are having this model number 1, equilibrium conditions model. So actually, here's our table for the given, and ito po actually yung ating PowerPoint presentation on the manual. So we have already computed our matrix of transition, and ito siya. Now, gagamitin po natin, and this will be our guide on our POM-QM software and not the raw data itself. So we need to have first our matrix of transition, even we're going to apply it on the POM-QM software. Okay, now, since we have now the matrix of transition, we can now proceed with our POM-QM software. So let's go now to our software. So we are here now on our POM-QM or the POM-QM software. So, tulad nung dati, now we need to set first our module. And for now, we will choose Markov analysis. Markov theory and Markov analysis is just the same. So, click it. Then, click File, then of course New. We will be having our new problem here. So let's have here globe as our title. Then for the number of states, we have here 3 since we have globe, smart, and sun. So that is 3 states. Okay, click OK. You can actually change this, guys, yung state na name, no? Ito po siya, globe, smart, and sun. So let's write it here, globe, our state 1. As our state 2, that is smart. And for our state 3, that is sun. Now, with regards to this initial column, our initial column here are the value for pi of 0 or the initial probabilities, which are for globe 0.5, for smart 0.3, for sun 0.2. So let's write it here, 0.5, going downwards, 0.2, 0.3 rather, and of course 0.2 for the sun. So here's our initial na values, okay, for coming from our initial matrix. Now, as you can see, we have here the number of transitions. So wala na kayong ilalagay dito dahil infinite ang ilalagay po natin, ang gagawin natin. No, hindi na siya, if you want it to be finite, for example, 3 months lang, 4 months lang, or 8 months lang, ilalagay nyo dito specified. But since we are looking for the probabilities, state probabilities in the long run, so kahit wala na kayong ilagay dito. Okay? Now, for the globe, for the under ng globe, this is globe to smart, and globe to sun. That is the reason why we are having our matrix of transition. Yun po yung ilalagay nating values. So here, we have 0.6, 0.3, and 0.1. Globe to smart, and globe to sun. So let's write it here, globe to globe, 0.6. For globe to smart, we have 0.3. For globe to sun, we have 0.1. Okay? Next, for the smart na row, we have smart to globe, 0.1. Smart to smart, 0.67. Smart to sun, 0.23. So let's write it here. Smart to globe, we have 0.1. Smart to smart, 0.67. And smart to sun, 0.23. So next, we have here sun to globe 0.1, sun to smart 0.3, and sun to sun 0.6. So let's write it here, 0.1, 0.3, and 0.6. Now, upon having our inputs, no, after having our inputs, you can click now the button solve. So click solve, and here they are. No, ilalabas niya na po ng ating software ang ating final na mga answers. So this is the globe steady state transition matrix. As you can see, ito yung transition matrix po na final. We have here sa bandang baba na dalawang values or dalawang answers. When we say ending probability, or actually nakalagay dito, no, given yung initial na probabilities natin, ending probability, guys, this is the probability that we end in state 1 or 2 or 3, which is a function of the initial state probabilities. Almost the same concept. Kumbaga, ano yung pinakadulong probability niya? No, yung pinakahuli, sabi niya dito, 0.2 daw si globe, 0.4762 si smart, and 0.3238 si sun. Actually, kung titignan niyo yung values, parehong-pareho po sa steady state probability. Ano naman itong steady state probability? When we say steady state probability, this is the probability in the long run. That's why tinawag siyang steady state probability. Sa mahabang panahon, ano yung pwede niya maging probabilities after ilang months, after ilang years. Or this is the percentage of time we spend in each state. In our case, 20% for globe, 47% for smart, 4762, 38% for the sun. So that this is our final answer, which is, kung titingnan natin sa ating manual computation, is almost the same din naman. Now, hindi lang ito yung ibibigay ni POM-QM, no, meron pa tayo ditong isa na output. Actually, ayan, palakihin nyo lang siya. Ito po is the state analysis. As you can see here, we have the 3 state, yung state natin, which are the globe, smart, and sun. And nakalagay dito, recurrent, for the type is recurrent, and for the class number, that is 1. What is the meaning of this? Actually, when we say recurrent state has the property that a Markov chain starting at this state returns to this state infinitely often with probability of 1. That's why tinawag siyang recurrent state. Meaning, yung binibigay na to ng mga state probabilities na yan, ayan na po yun, no? At in the infinite time. No, ayan na siya, recurrent. And class number 1, that is again probability of 1. Sinasabi niya na, yes, ito na po yun. 0.2, 0.4762, 0.3238 in the long run. So, basically, nasagot ang ating question doon sa ating problem. So, balikan natin yung problem. So, here's our problem, no? Sabi niya bandang dulo, what is the company's market share in the long run? And those values given by our software is the answer. No, pinakamalaki is yung probabilities for smart. Yun siya. Okay? So, I hope you guys appreciate our discussion regarding the application of the Markov theory, specifically the model number 1, equilibrium conditions model in the POM-QM software. So, see you on our next presentation regarding our second model. No, I hope you learned something from this presentation. Keep safe always, and goodbye.